Digital Pixel introduced the 50-unit Airbnb Vrbo income expense tracker. An individual reached out to me and wanted me to develop some that catered to the Airbnb and Vrbo. So I came up with this. I basically took the 50 unit and kind of had a couple of things that they requested. I figured I'd just go over with you the things I updated and added for this spreadsheet. It's real, again, my design philosophy for creating spreadsheets is to make it really simple, easy of use, user friendly, and saving time. So today I'm just going to go over the things that I added to make it easier to track the Airbnb and Vrbo income related properties. And again, this is up to 50 unit property. It can track. So let's first thing, let's browse to the summary feature here. As you can see, this is the summary, and then I'm going to click on the dashboard, and I'll go over all this here in a little bit with you. And the setup. The first thing you want to do is you want to go into the setup and set up everything for you, because this is where the setup is where you kind of like, it's like a program where you set all your property address, your miles back. As you can see here, it gives you the ability to set everything up, like let's say your unit. But here I made it really simple. Property 1, 2. You can put your address in here, your unit, if you want. And this is here where you put your miles. And again, the spreadsheet has little notes here, so you can understand it more and you're easily able to work the spreadsheet, right? So here you go. You got your 30 miles, and it'll automatically calculate your miles back for you, and then your minutes. You want to track your miles, minutes. Some people like to track how much time they spend on property, and so I added that in there. And then you scroll down, you got your investment project. And again, let's say you're growing your business, you want to invest in your next project, you want to save a little money, whatever, for that side, or buy land, or whatever. Right here, you can track all that. You can add your from and investment project address. So whenever you go out there and look at the property or the land or the lake house, wherever, you can track that. And down here is all your location. You can track, let's say, the store you go to most frequently, or how many miles. I use this a lot for my business, so this is why I have that. Again, this is all cadence preference wise, wherever you prefer and like to set up, you can adjust the sheet. Now let's go to the Lessee here. This was requested to add the type, so I add this column in here. As you can see here, you click on it and it shows you flex full, 6 month, yearly, the month to month, and you can adjust your drop down list here, and you type it in here and it will automatically adjust that all for you. So going back to Lessee here, you can put your Lessee's name and your type. So it kind of, once you put your type in there, actually I'm going to jump over here to the summary. It will carry that over here to your summary. This summary, I'm going to go over it here in a little bit, but this summary pretty much is just, you don't do anything here. It just pulls all the information from the data and the setup into this summary tab, and so where you can just kind of see everything. It's like a command center up the screen where you get to see all how each property is performing, and your tax and expense and profit and all that stuff. But let's jump back on the setup here. I don't want to spend too much time here. It's already a couple minutes in here into the video here. Now here's your lease. You can track how much lease each unit is, and your start date, your end date. So let's say you do a year lease, or a 6 month, or even month to month. The cool thing about this is although it will auto highlight 60 month, automatic highlight 60 month. So whenever your leases come in term ends in 60 days before term end date, it will automatic highlight in red. As you can see here, 10/30/124. It's right now. I'm making this video. It's 9/23, so it's gonna automatic highlight. And again, jump into the summary. That carries over here, and it will also highlight out here for you. As you can see, end date. So that's the nice thing about it. You got two information in two different spots, so you can see if you miss, if you missed it over here, the setup, you catch on the summary. So that's why I add in that, and then per request I also add the type of payout type. That was something that they requested, the individual requested, so I added bank transfer, e-transfer, and that's nice to be able to track all of that, so that you can see what people are using more, what type of payment. Maybe you can go towards that route, or how to grow your business, or and the more right, the more data you have, the better it is to plan your business for success. And here you can put the budget you want each individual, like bank transfer, you want to hit that budget where you want that type of bank transfer or e-transfer to be more payout as. And that's something I just put in there. If you want to use it, you don't have to use it. And that gets all carried over here by, you can see here, payout type in your budget here. Let me scroll over here. As you can see, it's it's conditional format. So it actually, once you put that budget in, it will highlight how far you're away from that budget. So that's a nice feature of visual management I like to have. So that's all I did in the setup. Over here you can see your income. If you watch my other spreadsheet videos, the income pretty self-explanatory. Expense, where you put all your drop down list is here. And then you put your year budget if you want to hit your rent, and this is for each individual property. So once you put a budget in, it's for that individual property. So it's not for the whole, let's say 50 unit. Okay. Now let's jump over to data entry. Data entry is really simple. Again, I use this for my business. I use it daily. I have to input information daily for tax purposes, for tracking. I'm gonna go over real quick here. Let me see a drop down list. It goes up to 50 property, where everything you change on, again, you change on the setup, it changes over here on the on the data entry. And let's enter date here. So once you select I'm jumping back here. Once you select your property, then you hit enter, or you select your date. I use the curl and 2 dots, right? And then you get your automatic date. And then you put your description. You want to add description wherever you want. And then let's say I bought a stove here. Type of stove, and let's say you can tax deduct this. I put this in last year because end of year I was trying to figure out which one's depreciation. I put this in here. It's really nice. So it's color coded, whatever. When you hit yes, and it turns, you can see here, it turns like a light pink or whatever. And then you go to the summary. It also tracks. You put your total tax deduction. You can track that, because once you put that in there, it automatically tracks. Let's say I put, let's go back here, summary here, 2525 is the tax. You can see. Let's put 10,000, see what it does here. So now next is your location. So your location is, once you put in your location, you see how the mouse is created. It actually generates the mouse where you're going back to the setup. Once you put that in there, that carries over and generates it. That's easy for the spreadsheet track. And tracking the mouse, go to summary. I know it's a lot, but once you get used to the spreadsheet, it's pretty simple. It does everything for you. But down here you can see how it tracks your mouse and everything. Makes it really, really simple here. And again, you can go set up, you can adjust each property. Here I'm in the miles time. You adjust each property mile budget, wherever, and then you can do time, hours. So it's a very nice feature, and again, I like to track all that on my end, but you don't have to use it, so it's nice to have. So let's go back here. We were on the miles, so jumping back on property. So you select wherever location, right? So let's say you select property 2, now you go to category, and the cool feature about this is where your income, you input your projects, your expense, but you put income, it just leaves the same color, but you change it to expense, let's say insurance, you see how it highlights in red, and automatically you just type in like the expense as a regular number. You don't have to put negative. The reason I did that is to save time, because sometimes you put negative 400 or whatever. It's just a nuisance, right? So I'm trying to take an extra step out. So just do that and automatic calculates. Automatic will subtract and calculate at the bottom for you in the next column down. So don't worry about that. But one thing you have to do, the thing is, you gotta have, this has always needs to be filled in. If you have a blank, if you don't know what to put in, I always just leave blank, because the spreadsheet needs to carry, let's see here, 0 here. It needs to bring it down, so you need to leave it as blank. So that's something that I might have to figure out how to work on in the near future for the spreadsheet. But when it's blank, this should automatically carry it down. Okay, so you need to leave that in there as a blank or whatever. Just select a blank cell. Now, next is the type. Here's a type of payout type. Again, this was added this year because per request, and people like that, so they can put down what type, and bank payment, whatever, Zelle payment. Now you go to income, so here, and then this is, you don't have to do anything here. Automatic fills out. Now your time is pretty neat. Let's say 6 a.m. you start working. Put 6 a.m. You put 3 p.m. you got done. Voila, automatic calculates, and again it carries over to the summary over here. So that's a cool feature. You wanna track your time, that's in there for you. If you don't, that's fine. Some people like to track their times at the projects they work on. They can maybe tax deduct it, whoever, and year end. So that's why I have that there. Now let's go to the summary. The summary is, again, nice thing about this tab is you don't have to do anything. Everything is here for you to browse and look. All the information. You have all the information, your accrued income by property, which property is making income and what property is not making income. And you have balance overview here. As you can see, balance overview, where you have your income, expense, profit, tax, also tracks your tax. And then accrued balance, project savings for your next project, and project saving by month. So how much you're saving for the next land or whatever. And then you have your travel overview by property, and then you have your payout type that's added this year. Payout types, that's you have your all 6 or 5 of them that's in there. So really nice, and then really nice, really clean to look at. Then you have your overview here of budget, the overview of budget of property, and then your expense, your green income, of course. Expense is red, and you have your tax, depreciation, you have your travel, and you have your project. And scrolling up to here, if you select, let's say if there's too much information for you, you can select on your left side. Let's say you select property 5. On your left side right here, it will show you your current selection. Let's say property 5 that you select. Again, that's nice, keeping it simple instead of have to search to all 50 property. Let's do 10 here, and you can see it automatic updates property 10 for you. Okay. Now let's go to the dashboard. Dashboard is also very, very nice and clean. This is one of my favorite spots to look at. It shows you all your properties, your unit here on your left, and you got your income, your expense, your profit. It just show your status to kind of know which property is doing well or not, or making profit or not. Good way to have that information, right? So you can see why, let's say, property 11 is not making so much money, right? And then here's your overall. This is your total for all 50 units, your income versus expense, your summary, and here's your stack cash flow overview. You see you got up to 50, very nice, and you got your cash flow overview here. Then you got your income breakdown by month, expense breakdown by month. So very nice. Everything that you have, you need to know, or data that you want to have, it's right here. right here. You can show if you're working for somebody managing their property, you can print this out and give it to them and show them, hey, this is how your properties are doing, whatever. And also you can change all these colors if you want. Everything's adjustable. All the colors, the fonts, even currency is adjustable. But the video is getting way too long, so I figure I'm gonna end with this here. I figure I just show you guys real quick. Spreadsheet is linked below if you're interested in, and do leave a comment if you're interested in maybe giving a suggestion to update the spreadsheet or something. Feel free to leave a comment, and don't forget to subscribe and hit the like button. Okay, until next time, guys, take care. Bye now.